Well, thank you for coming. We know that time is precious and everyone's schedules are very busy, so we thank you for taking the time to be here this evening. We're going to start off with about a 15-minute question and answer session about our e-learning day that's coming up. And then after that, beginning at 6:30, we're going to have an 8th grade parent night, kind of a freshman orientation. So if you see families trickling in and stuff, that's why they are arriving a little bit closer to 6:30. So we're going to start off with a few slides just to kind of go over the who, what, when, and where of our e-learning day. That might get some of your questions answered, but after that, we're going to open the floor for any questions. Okay, so the scheduled date for our e-learning is Saturday, February the 17th. That does not mean that the work has to be done that day if you have something planned. It is for students in grades K through 12 across the district, and you can do this anywhere. So if you're in the car going somewhere, if you're at a ball game, if you're at home, and your student wants to work on it, they don't have to be at home, they don't have to come to school, they can work on this anywhere. It's due the end of the school day on Wednesday, February the 21st. So what's going to happen, the assignments are going to be put on our website at 4 o'clock on Friday, February the 16th. There'll be one page that you can access, and it'll have all the assignments for every grade. We wanted to make sure that it was convenient for you if you have kids in multiple grades, you weren't having to go all across our website hunting for this information. It's in one location, everything is linked from that one page. The students then will have the opportunity, they can start on it that night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then all day Wednesday. So they will have access to their teachers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at school. The library will be open before school. We'll have the study hall and library open after school to help with that. And then the teachers will have office hours. Every teacher has to have 1 hour available on Saturday between 9 and 4 so that students can either call or email. And again, that information will all be on that one sheet that's on our website with the homework assignments. It'll have the phone number with the extension. If our teachers aren't here, their phones are going to transfer to their cell phones. So you just call into the school and that phone call will transfer to them. You can email them. If they miss your call because they're on with somebody else, they will call you back. They'll respond with an email. Their other office hours, they can be when they set them up. So they might make all 3 hours available on that Saturday. They might have some available on Monday night or Tuesday night, depending on what their schedule is like. The amount of work that we've talked to the teachers, in a typical class time, the kids are not sitting and working on homework the entire time. There's instruction taking place, there's hands-on learning, there's activities taking place, there's group work, and then at the end of the class period, they'll have some time to begin their assignment with the teacher available. So what we told them was think about if a student was absent for the day and you got a phone call and said, okay, so-and-so's not gonna be here, can you send down work to the office? What would you send down? Pull those assignments and send those assignments home or have that assigned to the kids. We do not want the kids to be loaded down with 50 minutes of straight assignments for every single class that they're going to have. So we did go over that with the teachers. They were fully on board with that, completely understood that. We want this to be a great experience for everyone involved. E-learning days, although they're new to us, it's not something new to the state of Indiana. The Department of Education has been supporting e-learning days since 2011. There are a lot of schools in our region who have done this. I know Evansville's a big school that is big on the virtual days or the e-learning days. They can actually even do theirs so that when you get that phone call that says school is canceled today, it's followed by this is going to be an e-learning day. Assignments will be posted by 10 o'clock. And so the kids actually do their work that day. Now, we're not jumping into that. Ours is planned ahead of time, especially for our little ones who don't take their devices home on a regular basis. This way we can make plans for the kids to take those home. Our technology team, who is headed by Mr. Tippery, has been researching this actually since last school year. He has spent many hours along with the teachers on that team watching webinars and researching what other schools have been doing. So we have been been looking at this, and then the teachers and the administrators, we've been working together this year to work out the specifics of the day and what the logistics and stuff will look like.
Okay, the elementary and the 5th and 6th graders typically don't take their devices home. However, by the slips that we got back, we are actually going to be sending the devices home for that weekend, K through 6. So the first thing is Wi-Fi access. Not everyone has Wi-Fi. I know I personally don't. I only live 3 miles out of town. So we know that that is an issue for some. So across the grade levels and subjects, there may be a blend of digital assignments or paper pencil. Teachers are going to assign work that the students are familiar with. They're not going to send something home to do on the computer that the students haven't ever done before. Also, the library here at the middle school and high school, it will be open from 8 to 11 on that Saturday, February 17th. Also, the library will be open from 7 to 8 a.m. on Monday, February 19th, and Tuesday, February 20th, as well as Wednesday, February 21st. Also, the library will be open after school until 5 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday. So any students who don't have Wi-Fi and there's stuff that they need to complete, we will have hours where they can get their work done here as well. This is obviously a new venture for our corporation to take on. So obviously it's going to include a lot of teamwork with the school as well as with the families too. So we know there's going to be some learning curves, and that is our hope to work through all those, that we may be able to continue these in the future. We are going to have to be flexible as well. So we appreciate your cooperation as we try to venture through this new journey. So at this time, we will take any questions, because I'm sure there are some, and there may be some that we can't answer that haven't been posed yet, which, you know, we will, if we don't have an answer, we will work on getting those. Questions? Yes?
How will attendance be taken?
Good question. How will attendance be taken? I can speak for the middle school, and I think the high school is doing it the same way as well. We each have a Google Classroom set up for each class, and what we will do is we will put a question up on Google Classroom, which the kids all know how to do this. We'll put a question up on Friday at 4 p.m. They have until the day their work is due to answer that question. So if the students haven't answered the question by Monday, their WIN teachers know to go over and say, hey, you haven't answered your question yet. So that's how we'll take attendance. Any other questions? Yes? You do not have to log in on Saturday at a certain time, just between Friday 4 p.m. until the time that your work is due Wednesday after school. Yes?
Are you planning to add a second day after last week?
Well, we will have to see how this one goes.
The plan is to, after Wednesday of next week, once this is completely done, the plan is to send out a survey to all the parents. And so you'll be look for the website, there'll be a survey which will go through, sorry.
So we will have a survey on our school website, middle of next, or probably by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, for parents, students even to fill out, just to get some feedback on things. And if the day goes well, there's positive feedback, then we may look at scheduling it for day as well.
Are there any other questions? He asked, do the students know how to access the assignments? The teachers are working with the students so that they will be prepared. By the time they leave here Friday, they'll know where to go. Like Mrs. Huff said, there will be a link on the corporation page You'll just click it and you can access any teacher K through 12.
One thing that we did talk with all the teachers, even though the assignments don't go live until 4 o'clock that Friday, they can go ahead and talk to the kids about them ahead of time. So, you know, if I'm a teacher Thursday or Friday, I'm gonna say, okay, this is what your assignment's gonna be, I'm gonna post this, and this, you know, here's where I'm gonna want you to go. So they will make sure to talk to the kids about that ahead of time.
Any other questions? Going once? Yes?
Sorry, squeaky wheel. For the younger kids who don't normally bring them home, are theirs gonna have that protective case around them too?
Yes, all of them have the protective case right now because when they carry class to class, so they will have the protective case. Good question. You don't trust your student.
Maybe not.
I don't trust myself sometimes. Any other questions? Going once? Twice? All right, well, happy e-learning day on Saturday.